The most important thing is that you've shown up. So, well done and thank you. Alright. I'm going to talk you through the points of sitting so that you can feel confident that you are sitting in a way that is going to serve your meditation. And then I'm going to be guiding you to keep returning to your breath when your thoughts drift away. So essentially it's a mindfulness exercise, breath awareness meditation. I just need to hop up, close this door, and then we will get started. You'll hear the sound of the singing bowl, and then I will chant 3 ohms, which you are welcome to join in with or just listen. And then at the end of the sitting, I will again chime the singing bowl, and we will close with 3 ohms. Please feel free to stay afterwards if you have any questions, and otherwise I hope you have a good day 3 of the South African lockdown. Some of you joining us from the UK and elsewhere. I hope that you are all staying safe and staying home. Right. Deep breath in. Breath in. Deep breath in. Drawing another deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, sighing out through your mouth with an audible sigh, allowing yourself to land fully in your body. Breathing in as you bring your awareness to whatever surface you're sitting on, and breathing out as you allow yourself to settle down into that support. Breathing in as you lengthen your spine, reaching the crown of the head up towards the skies. And as you breathe out, feeling your shoulders softening, dropping down away from the ears, feeling the muscles on either side of your spine relaxing as you sit tall. Next in-breath, becoming aware of your head. Next exhale, feeling that your head is beautifully balanced on top of your neck, on top of your spine. Softening all the muscles around the eyes and the mouth, relaxing the jaw, the tongue lying heavy in your mouth, or perhaps pressing the tip of the tongue behind the front teeth or into the roof of the mouth. Next breath in, becoming aware of your shoulders. Next breath out, allowing your shoulders to draw down away from your ears and slightly back. So there's a sense of opening through the heart center, embracing our capacity to both give and receive unconditional love. Next inhalation, becoming aware of your arms. Next exhalation, allowing them to soften, relax. Your hands in a position that's comfortable for you, either cupped in your lap, hands resting on your thighs or your knees if you're cross-legged. Whatever feels natural, don't overthink it. Next breath in, becoming aware of your belly. As you breathe out, noticing any tension that might be there and allowing yourself to just soften those muscles around your navel. There's still a slight activation, so you're sitting beautifully tall, but there's not that sense of bracing into your belly. Next inhalation, becoming aware of your gaze. If you are gazing with your eyes closed, you might want to turn your internal gaze upwards and inwards, as if to gaze at the point between your two eyebrows. If you prefer to have your eyes open, you might just be gazing through your eyelashes at a point 1 to 2 meters ahead of you. If you're watching the screen, just make sure that your eyes are soft. Ideally, closing your eyes right up until the very end. Just being guided by my voice. Next breath in as you become aware of the whole body, sitting tall, sitting alert, dignified, and as you exhale, feeling that you are sitting like that at ease. And starting to become aware of how your body is breathing itself without any attempt to control it. You're not trying to control your breath at this point. You are simply watching how the breath flows in and out of the body without you needing to do a thing. Breathing in, being aware of breathing in. Breathing out, being aware that you're breathing out. where the inhalation starts and where the inhalation ends. There's a little pause before the inhalation turns into an exhalation. Watching the exhalation from when it starts to where it finishes. Noticing the little pause between breaths, where the body knows to breathe again without you doing anything. Staying curious about the breath, noticing if tension has crept into your body as you concentrate on the breath, and using the out breaths every time you encounter tension. Using your breath as a beautiful healing balm to soothe and soften any areas of bracing. Noticing whether you're breathing evenly through both nostrils or whether one nostril is more open than the other. Noticing when your thoughts have drifted away, noticing what it is that's drawn your attention away from this breath awareness, and noticing what kind of thoughts you're having. Are they worrying, planning, analyzing, criticizing, judging, problem solving? Just noticing what type of thought. And then with the next breath in, gently but firmly, bringing your attention back to the breath. When you breathe in, simply noticing that you're breathing in. And when you breathe out, simply noticing that you're breathing out. your thoughts drift away from your breath 10 times, you bring them back to the breath 10 times. If your thoughts drift away from the breath 100 times, you simply bring your awareness back to the breath 100 times. And every time you come back to your breath, just checking in on the body to see whether any anxiety, any stress, any sense of bracing has taken residence in your body while your thoughts were wandering. If you find that there's tension there, the antidote is simple. Breathing in, become aware. Breathing out, sit tall, soften, and release. It might be helpful to identify a particular place in your body where you're most aware of your breath. Maybe it's the nostrils, maybe it's the throat, the chest, the rise and fall of the belly, the expansion and contraction of the rib cage. Wherever you're most aware of your breath, you can use that awareness as an anchor, a place to focus on as you watch your body breathing. Instead of a general awareness of the breath, it's a more specific attention point. Watching the in-breath, watching the out-breath. This breath in, and this breath out. This breath in, this breath out. noticing when your thoughts drift away. Gently but firmly bringing your awareness back to the next breath in, the next breath out. The next breath in, the next breath out. Softening around the eyes. Releasing the jaw. Relaxing the shoulders. Lengthening the spine, relaxing the belly, releasing into your arms, allowing yourself to be supported fully by whatever surface you're sitting on. Softening the gaze, reconnecting with the breath, simply watching the breath as the body breathes itself. As many times as you drift away in thought, simply notice what kind of thoughts you're having. Becoming aware of your own thought patterns. Giving the thoughts a name. Worrying thoughts, problem solving, whatever it might be. And then gently but firmly bringing your attention back to the next breath in, using the out breath to release any tension that's crept into the body when the thoughts have taken you into the future or into the past. And just reconnecting with that simple flow of breath from the moment that the inhalation starts to the moment that it finishes and turns into an exhalation. And then watching that exhalation from the moment it starts to the moment it finishes. Noticing the way that the inhalation turns into an exhalation. And noticing the pause between breaths. Deep breath in. Breath in. Breath in. Keeping your eyes closed, bringing the palms together and vigorously rubbing your hands together to generate some heat. And then cupping your hands over your closed eyes. And gently opening your eyes into the warmth of your hands. Turning the gaze all the way up towards the skies, all the way down towards the earth. All the way right, left, top right, bottom left, top left, bottom right, all the way up, all the way down, and then center forward as you gently release your hands. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Maybe take a little stretch. Wonderful having you with me. Thank you for showing up. That is the very most important part of a meditation practice. I'm going to stick around for a few minutes if there's anyone that has any questions. I see I've got a few already. Otherwise, I hope to see you tomorrow morning, either at 6 a.m. South Africa Standard Time or 8 a.m. South Africa Standard Time. So that 8 a.m. is the one that is for the UK people or other people, 6 a.m. Thank you. Stay safe, stay home. Shoot me any questions that you might have and take care. Let me see what this question is. Okay, interesting. All right, so I've had a couple of questions about the length of the meditation and the difficulty with the monkey mind jumping from one branch of thought to another. This is absolutely normal, and this is part of the practice. So there is a myth or a belief that if your mind is busy, that you are failing somehow at your meditation practice. It's not a failure at all. And the awareness of the monkey mind is exactly what you are hoping to find through a meditation practice. So, Jax, and the rest of you, there have been a number of people who've asked me the same question. Of course, you can start with a shorter meditation. Maybe set your own timer on your phone. Join me at whatever time it is, 6 or 8 o'clock, and stay for 10 minutes. But I would encourage you to stick with the process. 21 days, it's a long time, and it's ample time to notice a difference, notice a shift, notice how you develop the capacity to sit for longer. I wanted to make a comment after this meditation, which you have reminded me of right now. And that is that meditation is not about trying to make your mind quiet. That would be about as futile as trying to stop your heart from beating. We observe the jumping mind, we observe the monkey mind, and we become disciplined. It's a discipline. And the discipline is that every time we notice that the mind has jumped away, we compassionately bring it back to the breath. The reason I use the breath as an anchor is because it is always with us. It's a no-brainer for me. In time, you might find that the gaps between being present and being absent become bigger. So you're able to stay with your breath for longer before the mind runs away. Then you notice and you bring it back. And you just keep doing that. So meditation can be really exhausting at the beginning. And I'll never forget one time on a silent retreat when someone sitting near me described her meditation as torturous. It can be really hard work to apply that discipline, but it's like any new practice. You make a commitment to yourself to stick with it and just keep showing up. You're learning a new way of being, and if anything, you're going to notice that this incredibly busy monkey mind is how you are and where you are. And just make allowances for yourself. It's a crazy time. We are being bombarded with so much information. And it's very natural that the mind is racing. Just notice it. Keep showing up. Notice what sort of thoughts you're having. And chances are they're very similar. I found that little tip many years ago very, very helpful, because I realized that most of my thinking patterns are planning. Problem solving. Once you notice that is what you're doing, it's a sense of familiarity. You kind of go, wow, I'm doing it again. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. And then you come back to your breath. And 2 breaths later, you might find that you're off again, and then you notice again. Is it the same kind of thought, or is it something different? Anyway, stick with it. Stick with it. There's never been a better time for any of us to deepen or start a meditation practice. So, yeah, stick with it. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. South Africa Standard Time. I love that. It's like having a mind massage, and it's exhausting, but you feel so good afterwards. Same as with a body massage. Absolutely correct. Good. So once again, thank you for showing up. If there are any other questions, please send them to me. I've had a few requests to save these live sittings. I'm not quite sure how to do it. My understanding is that they stick around on my live stories for 24 hours and then they disappear. I've tried to save them to my archive. If there's anyone who knows how to make them a permanent feature, I've actually created a highlight where I want to save them, but I haven't yet quite figured that out. So yeah, let me know. I'll try and get that right. Incense, yes, incense is a wonderful addition to any meditation practice. If you don't have incense during lockdown, if you're in Stellenbosch, you can always go to the De Boert Spa, that health shop, if and when you need to go out for food, but avoid going out if you can. Just stay home if you can, and then stock up on incense for the next time. Well, hopefully there'll be no next time. Okay, bye everyone. Namaste.